West Ham supporters are anxiously following every move the club makes in the transfer market, and in recent days one name has gained even more traction behind the scenes: Soungoutou Magassa. According to reports, after several attempts and adjusted offers, West Ham have finally managed to make concrete progress in their pursuit of the player. The French midfielder is being tipped as one of the fresh faces who could strengthen the Hammers' midfield this season, in a move that clearly highlights the board's intention to rejuvenate and refresh the squad. Magassa is only 20 years old, yet he already carries the reputation of being one of French football's brightest prospects. News that he is close to signing for West Ham has stirred both the club's hierarchy and its supporters, as his arrival would represent more than just a one-off signing. It symbolizes an investment in youthful talent, with room to grow and the potential to establish himself as an important figure over the coming years. The process has been far from straightforward. Reports suggest that the Hammers board pressed ahead with several bids until they came close to the fee demanded by the player's current club. That persistence shows this is not a superficial inquiry, but a genuine effort to seal the deal. It only heightens the anticipation among fans, who are already picturing Magassa arriving in London and pulling on the claret and blue shirt. And the excitement is not simply down to his age. The interest in the Frenchman also reflects West Ham's desire to bring fresh energy and different qualities into midfield. That area of the pitch has been identified as a priority in this window, and Magassa's signing is viewed as part of a broader plan to strengthen the team structurally. His name has not emerged by chance, but rather as part of a well-defined strategy to add vigor, intensity, and quality to the side. Information coming out suggests that Magassa is close to being officially announced as a new signing, and the potential deal is now seen as a matter of time. For supporters, it is a source of real anticipation. Every detail released by the media sparks immediate reaction across social networks, and the prospect of bringing in a young French talent has ignited debate over what can be expected from West Ham this season. What also stands out is the way the club have handled the negotiations. They did not back down after initial rejections. On the contrary, West Ham showed determination and persistence until they came close to what the decision-makers believe is a viable agreement. Such an approach signals the conviction they have in Magassa's potential, and that the board see him as someone capable of contributing both immediately and in the long term. For Hammers fans, this is an announcement awaited with great anticipation, not only because of the player himself, but also because of the symbolism it carries, that of a club active in the market, moving decisively and strengthening in a strategic manner, aiming for both quality and renewal. The main news that Magassa is on the verge of being confirmed already generates engagement, comments, and speculation about how he will adapt, his style of play, and what he can bring to the squad. Thus, Soungoutou Magassa's name is no longer just a rumor but has taken center stage in West Ham's news cycle. The expectation is that, if all goes to plan, he will be among the first signings of this window, proof that the club are attentive to the needs of the squad and determined to reinforce the most talked-about area in recent months: the midfield. Matteas Fernandez, the young Portuguese midfielder, emerges as another central figure in the board's plan to reshape the midfield, bringing fresh blood and new qualities to a department that has become the club's absolute focus. According to reports, Matteas has even undergone discreet medical checks, a clear sign of how advanced West Ham's interest in securing his signing really is. The possibility of adding Fernandez only heightens the anticipation surrounding this transfer window. The Portuguese youngster is seen as a player for the future, but also as someone capable of contributing immediately. His arrival would be part of a strategy combining youth, intensity, and technical quality, pillars the board considers fundamental in rebalancing the squad this season. When speaking of Matteas Fernandez, the mind immediately turns to the trademark style of Portuguese midfielders: intelligent players with vision, fine technique, accurate passing, and the ability to dictate play from deep. Fernandez fits that profile precisely. He is noted for his awareness, his knack for picking out teammates in advantageous positions, and for breaking opposition lines with vertical passes. In a league as demanding as the Premier League, that ability to quicken transitions could prove decisive on a match-by-match basis. West Ham see in Fernandez someone capable of adding control and creativity in the middle of the park, a need that has been identified as obvious for the season ahead. His intensity is equally striking. He is not a static presence in central areas, but one who actively participates in all phases of play, presses without the ball, recovers space, and, when required, supports the attack. This versatility makes him a modern midfielder, able to fulfill different roles according to the team's needs. Another source of excitement is his youth. Matteas Fernandez is still at the beginning of his career, yet he already displays maturity beyond his years. This blend of potential and responsibility is precisely the type of profile the Hammers board are targeting. Players who can grow within the club, establish themselves, and, at the same time, deliver on the pitch. The fact the deal has reached the stage of medical tests shows this is not a mere inquiry. West Ham appear determined to push forward and confirm Fernandez as a signing, something that has energized the fan base. On social media, his name is already sparking comparisons, expectations, and debates about how he would fit tactically. For supporters, it is another signal that the club are serious about investing in quality in midfield. And when it comes to his fit, it is easy to imagine the impact of a player like Matteas. His ability to distribute the ball could help the side maintain composure in possession, reduce errors in transition, and create more scoring opportunities. Against teams that press high, Fernandez has the intelligence to find quick solutions, avoiding dangerous turnovers. Against more defensive opponents, he could be the one to unlock compact lines, spotting spaces that others might overlook. Such qualities are not mere details. They are attributes that could alter the way West Ham construct their play, adding greater fluency to their attacking moves and consistency to the team as a whole. That is why the board believe Fernandez could be a valuable addition, someone who can contribute straight away while also offering scope for long-term development. The potential arrival of Matteas Fernandez, alongside Soungoutou Magassa, builds a narrative of renewal that excites the supporters. The club are not simply signing players for the sake of it, but deliberately targeting youngsters who bring intensity, quality, and room to grow. Should this strategy come to fruition, it could prove a turning point for the near future. Thus, Matteas Fernandez's name is already on the lips of Hammers fans, who eagerly await the official confirmation of the deal. For them, each new snippet of information fuels the imagination of a revamped midfield, one with more energy, creativity, and balance. For the board, it is a chance to show West Ham are alert, proactive, and willing to take decisive steps to strengthen the squad. After the news about the reinforcements for midfield, another point gained momentum and stirred the Hammers supporters even more. For a few days, there was talk of a mystery striker that West Ham had their eye on. Nobody knew for sure who the player was, only that the club was looking for someone to bring speed, goals, and fresh energy to the attacking department. This uncertainty set social media alight, fueled speculation among journalists, and fed conversations among fans. Until, at last, the name was revealed. It is Franculino Djú, a forward of just 21 years of age, born in Guinea-Bissau and currently playing for Midtjylland in Denmark. The club's interest in the player is no coincidence. Djú has been drawing attention not only for his consistent performances in recent seasons, but above all for the impressive numbers he has racked up. So far, he has scored 42 goals in 83 matches for the Danish side, an average that places him among the most exciting rising prospects in European football. And it is not just his regularity that stands out. This season, the youngster has made a blistering start, 9 goals in only 10 games played, showing the instinct of a natural goal scorer and a confidence that few strikers of his age can display. West Ham, who have felt the need for more options in attack, see in Djú the opportunity to add exactly what has been lacking at times: explosiveness, dynamism, and presence inside the box. The Guinean is known as a quick striker who moves constantly, presses the opposition's build-up play, and makes the most of spaces to finish with accuracy. He is not restricted to being just a target man waiting in the penalty area. On the contrary, he takes an active role in play, drifts wide, helps in the attacking build-up, and constantly presents himself as a threat to opposing defenses. A curious detail that makes this potential deal even more interesting is the previous connection between West Ham and Midtjylland. It was from the Danish club that the Hammers signed Winston Reid, the defender who went on to become a fan favorite at the London Stadium and left his mark on the club's recent history. Now, years later, West Ham are once again looking to that same market, in search of a striker who could follow a similar path of success and perhaps even surpass the impact Reed had during his time at the club. For the supporters, the revelation of Franculino Djú as the so-called mystery striker was received with great excitement. Many rushed to watch videos of his best moments, his goals, and his bursts of pace. The impact of a potential arrival of Djú is immediate. It boosts the optimism of the fans, generates anticipation for the upcoming matches, and reinforces the idea that West Ham are indeed active and attentive in the transfer market. Of course, any deal still depends on adjustments and official confirmation. The figures have not been publicly disclosed, but the mere fact that Djú's name is on the table already shows that West Ham are willing to invest in a young and promising striker, rather than resorting to short-term solutions or veteran players at the end of their careers. It is a bold gamble, but one that could pay off not only on the pitch, but also in terms of future market value, should the Guinean maintain the upward trajectory he has been showing. Franculino Djú's style is exactly what the team so often lacks. When a game becomes tight, he is the type of striker who can change the course of a match in a single moment. A burst of pace, a precise strike, clever positioning inside the box. At 21, he arrives with the energy to challenge more experienced defenders, unfazed, with the confidence of someone who knows he is in excellent form. Thus, the mystery has come to an end. The name has been revealed, and now the Hammers faithful follow every update with anticipation, hoping that the deal progresses and the player is officially confirmed. The possible arrival of Franculino Djú, together with Soungoutou, Magassa, and Matteas Fernandez, creates an exciting picture of renewal for West Ham. They are young talents, full of energy and potential, who could transform the face of the team and provide a fresh boost for the season.